The next cool new feature that I will describe is called photodater. This one didn't make it to RootStack, but it's coming up very, very soon, and we decided to describe it to you. In fact, we had the idea of doing it in the previous RootStack, and those of you who attended my lunch talk, I described what we're going to do, and it's nearly finished. And what the photodater is a tool to estimate with very high accuracy the date in which a photo that you have was taken, which is quite amazing, because a lot of us inherited a shoebox of old photos, and you turn them around and oops, no inscription, doesn't say when it was taken or who's there. Sometimes you're lucky and there is information, but oftentimes the photos are undated, and because they're undated, sometimes you don't know who's there. Or if it shows a marriage, wouldn't you love a wedding? Wouldn't you love to know when the wedding took place? So dating photos is super, super valuable, and this feature uses artificial intelligence to do that. So again, I will use some photos of Tal. And so pop quiz, what year was this photo taken? All of you can take an educated guess by looking at how faded the colors are. This is chemistry. And I hear 76. And you look at the ties and the hairstyles, and it maybe leads you to the beginning of the 80s. So we'll get to that, but here's another challenge. This seems to be older. You can throw some guesses around.
60s.
Okay, I heard 50s over there. We will soon find the answer. So you feed these into, you just upload photos on to MyHeritage, and the magic happens automatically. Photodater is built into MyHeritage. It's exclusive. There's nothing like it. It tells you the year in which the photo was taken. I apologize that we're not giving you the day and the month. Not yet.
It's coming.
What I love about it is that it gives you a histogram with decades, so that even if it's off, you'll know where to look. Like if it's not 1963, it's probably not the 50s, this photo, but it looks like it might be early 70s. So the decade histogram tells you where to focus. It tells you the confidence level and the average error for this guess. So it tells you that 1963 and plus minus 5 years. That's pretty good. It doesn't always work. When it cannot estimate in sufficient confidence, it's just not going to give you a guess. But most of the time, it will. And how did we do this? We took a huge number of photos that the dates were known. And then we trained it on the known photos. And then it picked up the signals. The AI picked the signals of the hairstyle, the clothing, the objects. That could be some plant pot in the background of the picture, but it knows that this is from the 1970s. So it will do that. In some studios, there was a wooden podium, and the person was photographed, and it knows the styles of these podiums. It probably will recognize some photo studios in Eastern Europe from all the training that we did. So this is how smart it is. Going back to this photo, photodater says 1982. Reality is 1982. Not bad. Well, you're saying Tal cherry-picked those photos, and that's true. But so on Tal's grandparents, photodater says 1955, and I heard the 50s over there, but it's actually 1956. Not too bad. And maybe, I hope it's January 1956. So how does it look inside MyHeritage? Now, this is a very scientific thing. I don't want to mess between facts and theories. So it's not going to appear as a fact. It's going to appear as a suggestion. It appears as an estimation with a magic wand that says that it's AI, only if you did not date the photo yourself. Because if you did, it's not going to try to contradict you. It appears there, and you can click it and get the histogram and all the other information. And then, if you trust it and you like it, you can save it to your tree. And then it goes into the metadata of the photo. When I started MyHeritage nearly 20 years minus 2 months ago, the first thing I did was to actually code GEDCOM import, because a family tree website needs trees, and the trees existed outside of MyHeritage at the time. And I remembered that a date in GEDCOM can be circa, can be before something, after something, between this and that, but it can also be an estimated date. So when you save this, it follows the GEDCOM format, and it is saved as an estimated year. So you even remember that this was an estimation and is not a solid. But once you do some research and you find you can change the estimation to a solid one. Thank you. Genealogists appreciate accuracy, and I love it. So Tal gave me a few more to try with. This is Tal himself at a young age. Photodater says 1988. Reality is 1988. Now he had to resort to my family tree for some older photos. So this one, Photodater says 1907. Reality 1906. It's not bad. And this interesting photo, Dater says 1935. It is from 1936. So this is a very, very useful tool. Will work for all the photos that you have on MyHeritage. Please upload those that are not yet on MyHeritage and put them there. And I will have soon something to show you to make it easier, but we'll get to that. To summarize, it's coming up really soon. It just missed barely RootsTech. It's based on artificial intelligence. It guesses the year. The estimate is kept separately from the photo metadata. It will give you a good idea on when the photo was taken. And if the photo has a child, and you can see that the child looks like they're 5 years old, the year plus the estimated age gives you a birth date of the person. It's wonderful. My dream is to allow you to sort your collection of photos on MyHeritage chronologically by year, which is something impossible today for historical photos, but will be possible now. That would be awesome. Thank you so much.